Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we will check fresh kit from Eduard. As usual, don't forget to check full review here in the video description below, so click it and read it. As you can see, this is a new 1/48 scale BF 109F-2. It is based on the new tooled plastic from Eduard, of course, and as you can see it comes as a Profi Pack edition, so we can expect some bonuses inside. Box size is quite typical for this manufacturer. Here you can see comparison with my hand. We have this beautiful box art on the front. Then here we have 5 marking options which are included into this kit. This is one of the main differences of the Profi Pack from the weekend edition. And on the other side we have some information about the kit, that what is included here, where it is manufactured, and also kit info page, QR code. This is a top opening box, so just give me a second to open it. And here is what we have inside. So as you can see, there is plenty of space inside, so I doubt that something will be broken when it will arrive to you via post. And we're gonna start from this plastic bag. As you can see, it is dedicated to fuselage halves and wing parts, and also transparent frame, with what is quite unusual, I would say, because usually Eduard packs transparent frame outside of any plastic screws. Nevertheless, as you can see, it is packed into the separate plastic bag, so it won't be scratched. And now I'm trying to remove it, carefully remove it out of the plastic bag, and we will check it closer. Straight away you can notice that it is molded in squarish frame, so this is quite different from what we saw in recent kits, circular frames. Nevertheless, here we have all necessary parts for the canopy and cockpit. Molding quality is excellent and masks are included into this kit, so no worries, you won't have to cut anything in this kit. We can even zoom in so that you can see those plastic parts closer. Of course, with them you will be able to replicate open cockpit on your model. And as you can see, everything, even riveting, is carefully replicated here, so just mask them and you will be ready to go. And here is the interior view line. So that's for the transparent frame. Now we can turn our attention to gray plastic frames. As you can see, this one is dedicated to wing parts. Parts division here is quite typical. We have one lower half and 2 top parts. Ailerons and flaps are separate, air intakes are separate, wheel wells are also separate. Note that wing ends will be used as a guiding element. Here, as you can see, they're molded from both sides. Also here we have detailing for wheel wells, and that's pretty much all. I don't see any other extra position elements inside, but I guess those wing ends will be more than enough. We can even zoom in so that you can see them closer. Note that pitot tube is also pre-molded here. We have special recessed points for position lights, and here you can see wheel wells detailing. Note also attachment points. They're quite, I would say, carefully molded, and it should be easy to separate them. Here you can see lower half. And let's flip it over. Here you can see that parts feature recessed panel lines and riveting, what looks quite good. And of course, don't apply a lot of paint in order to not to lose those parts or those details under the thick coat of paint. Then we have one more gray plastic frame out of the same bag. Here we have fuselage halves. As you can see, parts division is also typical for this kit. So for this aircraft, I would say, so we have tail segment molded together. Also we have top cowling part molded together with them, even though here we have separate parts, but those are not used in this version. And the same can be said about those tail parts. And external detailing is the same as on the wings, so as you can see here we have recessed panel lines and riveting. Everything seems to be nice. And I guess after careful painting and weathering they will be even better. From the other side, as you can see, we have special ribs for internal elements. Those internal elements will be also used as the guiding elements for alignment of those two hulls together. And now let's zoom in, because there is a minor cockpit detailing pre-molded. Of course it will be upgraded with separate parts, but we still have, let's say, some base inside. Molding quality is still good. even though, for example, here we have small pin, it won't be visible and you won't have even to delete it. So it's, let's say, not serious problem. Then we have two more gray plastic frames. Those are molded in slightly larger dimensions, I would say. Why? Because they contain mix of different parts, and some of those parts won't be used for this particular version. Nevertheless, they will go into your spare box. So here you can see the first one. As you can see, it mix, here we have mix of external and internal parts. For example, here we have cockpit 4, here 3 types of the propeller, external fuel tanks, several types of the wheel tires, several types of the wheel hubs, also separate parts for the wheel wells. Everything is present here. Let's zoom in and take a look on this cockpit 4. As you can see here, we also have 2 types of the dashboard. These are landing gear panels, these are propellers, and of course propeller hub is molded separately. And note the attachment points on each propeller. They should make it easier to separate them without damaging them. Here you can see more of the minor parts. Here are the tires, and here is the propeller hub, which is carefully molded, but you will have to delete all those minor pins. Otherwise, molding quality is really impressive, and I think it will be easy to combine all those parts together without any extra problems with fitment. Next we have last gray plastic frame. This one I would say more concerned with external detailing, because here we have flaps, ailerons, also some tail parts, landing gear parts, exhausts, even external air intake is here. Note that it should be assembled out of 2 halves, so be careful and try to avoid seam between halves. Here you can see flaps, also gun barrels. Of course, professionals will replace them with metal parts. Here you can see exhaust, flaps, external fuel tank, some of the external fairing, and of course gondolas for the external guns. And note here we have front slats for the wings, which are also molded separately. Next we have assembly manual. This one is printed in form of this nice large brochure. We have short history note in English and Czech. Then we have parts map. Note that many parts won't be used, as I said before. Assembly process starts from the cockpit, then we continue into the fuselage, wings, etc, etc, and in total we will have to perform, it's not written how many steps, but as you can see, plenty of different steps, because model should be quite detailed. And here we have marking options, marking guide for all 5 marking options. They are printed in color, so you would know what to do. And as you can see, airplane on each one of those is shown from all possible sides, so you won't have to guesswork what to do. Here you can see the stencil and positioning guide, which is also useful because model will be literally covered with stencils. Then we have surprisingly 3 PE thread. Here you can see them packed into the separate plastic bags, so just give me a second to open them. 1 is pre-painted and 2 are not painted and left in this traditional golden color. So as you can guess, they will be used for the structure elements and also external detailing. And here you can see another one. So these are typical Eduard products, so nothing surprising in a good sense, and quality should be on the top level, of course. Next we have masks set. Here it is, packed into the separate plastic bag, nothing special, it's just a useful add-on for your model. And then we have 2 decal sheets, which are packed into the separate plastic bag. Here they are. Of course, as you can guess, one is dedicated to stencils and another one carries main symbols. And as far as I can guess, both should be printed in Eduard, but we will check it now because recent Profi packs also included cartograph decals. But nevertheless, this one includes Eduard decals, which are also nice. And here, as you can see, we have main decal sheet, and also here is the stencils, the second one. Also here note that we have decals for the cockpit. So that's all for this video review. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, don't forget to leave your opinion here in the comment section below. In the video description again you'll find the link to the review article, and of course if you want to help us and you want to see more video reviews like this, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will see you in the next video review. Thank you for watching. Bye.